this video is going to be about domestic violence and how it affects mental health. And I want to start out by saying domestic violence is not just male towards female. Females are not the only victims. Males are victims too by other males and by other females. Same with women. They are victims by other males and by other females. It is not gender specific. Granted, yes, there are more women who experience domestic violence by a male partner than men do, but it is not just women who experience it. Just like the Johnny Depp case that's going on right now with Amber Heard. I'm not going to talk about it, but I'm just saying that's an example. I want to start out by telling my story with domestic violence. Unfortunately, my last boyfriend was violent. And unfortunately, he didn't act violent until we had moved in together. Started out one night, he was mad at me on my birthday, and I got my hair pulled across the apartment and a little smack in the face, and that was that. And I was like, okay, this might not happen again. He said he was sorry, you know, the stereotypical thing that is said in a domestic violence situation. And unfortunately, I responded the way most people do, or I guess I should say on average, stereotypically, the way most people do. And I was like, you know, I've never seen this before. He said it wasn't going to happen again. I believe it. And then a month later, we had a miscarriage. And after the miscarriage, things got very aggressive, hostile, and violent between us. There was one night I upset him because I wasn't there for him the way he wanted me to be with the miscarriage. I was wanting all the support, according to him. And so he ended up knocking me down to the floor. He kicked me in the side. I got punched in the face. On the side of the face. I had a bruise right here. And, you know, I got kicked. I got punched in the stomach. And it started to click with me that maybe I'm in a bad situation, but we just had a miscarriage. It was the first pregnancy and only pregnancy I've ever had. We were trying for a baby. So it was all very emotional. I was like, I have this connection to this man. Maybe I just deserved it. Well, come January, we had just broken up, and there was a night that he literally beat the shit out of me. I had a black eye. I had bruises and scratches all the way down and I mean everywhere. And he broke my arm, and I needed a plate and 8 screws. This was obviously the worst and the most progressive it's gotten. And that, unfortunately for me, was not the point where I was like, I need to stop loving this man, even though he beats, like, I need to just stop loving him. And it was hard for me. I was not in denial about the fact that he beat me at that point. I knew it happened, but I didn't want to be that person that didn't love him anymore. We stayed broken up. We never got back together. But for a few months, I still talked with him. He didn't beat me again. We didn't hang out or be in any situations for that to happen, but we still talked. Recently, I had the realization that I was like, F him, I hate him. How dare I let somebody come into my life and beat the shit out of me, give me a reminder every day of my life, like it's bruised here, and it has been since January. This hurts all the time. It's hard to do my job with it. I work with children. It's a physical job. And long story short, that's my domestic violence story. But what I want to get into is how it affects your mental health. One, I immediately came up with excuses. You know, people at work were like, Jetta, why are you holding your side? One of my clients was violent. I cracked my rib. Or, I opened the car door got open and it hit me and I cracked my rib. Or, you know, oh, nothing, it's just cramps. Things like that. So I didn't have to be honest with not just them, but with myself. I was depressed all the time. I started dissociating. And if you don't know what that means, it means I ended up blacking out and thinking I was somebody else. And just completely blacking out from the situation and out of reality. And I created what I wanted my own reality to be in that moment, or whatever my coping mechanism was to feel better in the situation. And my depression was getting really bad, my anxiety, I wasn't sleeping, I was having nightmares, and I was lying to my family. And even after, coming home from the hospital, before my surgery and after my surgery, and just looking in the mirror, having a black eye, it's swollen, I can barely open it. My arms have bruises from being grabbed and thrown, even in this area I have bruises, like everywhere I have bruises. And I look in the mirror and I'm disgusted with myself and find every reason that this could have been my fault. And you know what? It wasn't my fault. Am I perfect? No. Did I probably do something to irritate him? Yeah, clearly. Was it worth that? No. And it's not worth it for anyone else. I don't care if it's just a simple slap in the face or you grab your arm too hard and it hurts. No, it is not okay. And if it happens to you, it is not your fault. I don't care if you yell and scream and say, fuck you to your partner. It is not okay. Not okay for them to touch you, whether you're a man or a woman. Never okay. How it affects the mental health, like I said, I was making up excuses and then I felt bad. And then the way my mental health works and my dissociative identity disorder, my borderline personality disorder, that turns into my reality. So for a while, I believed it. And then finally I was like, holy shit. I've been lying to myself. I'm a goddamn queen. I did not deserve this. I'm a great person. And yes, do I have this reminder every day for the rest of my life? And does it hurt every single day? And I think, screw you. I'm not going to say his name. Yeah, I do. And that sucks. But I get through it. One, with therapy, because you all know I love therapy. But two, I remind myself that I deserve the world. So do you. All of us do. We deserve great things. And it's so hard to be in denial, or as they say, Stockholm syndrome, with you just still loving and accepting and staying with your abuser. If you are in this situation and maybe you're not admitting it to yourself, or you can see like, hey, you watch this video and you're like, maybe I am lying to my family about what these marks are, or to myself. Oh, I have fingerprint bruises. Oh, I must have ran into something. Well, let's be real. That's not the case. If you want to reach out to me, please do. Let's talk about it. I'm not going to go into a super long video. This has already been 8 minutes. If you guys want to hear me talk more about how this affected my mental health, please let me know. But really the point of this was just to come out and talk about my story so maybe other people realize they're not alone. Or if you want to talk about it, I'm here. If you need help getting help, I'm here. I love you all, and let me know if you want more from this video. Kisses, babes.